y'all. Welcome to the Stanley Parable with Roma.
Hello.
Roma is the only one of my friends who doesn't know anything about the Stanley Parable. Everyone else knows how the game works. Joe knows, Anthony knows, Tara knows, but Roma, he's a special type, so he doesn't know anything about the game. Isn't that right, Roma?
Hear that? I'm special. I don't know anything.
Not what I meant, but whatever. Anyway, so here's how things are going to go. He knows, all I've told him about the game is that there are multiple endings that we can get throughout the game, and it just keeps on a loop. So I'm going to let him choose what endings we get and when. I have the endings up here on my phone, and I'm going to be giving him options throughout the series to see what he wants to see. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. The game's going to start on a cutscene, so enjoy. If it'll ever load.
It's a long cutscene.
Actually, it is. Here we go.
I love how the loading bar just jumped forward and then jumped back as if, nope, we're not going to do this.
Me too. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Now for real.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so now we're playing the game. So, we have three options to start off the bat, Roma. For option 1, we can follow the narrator exactly. Option 2, we don't have to do anything the narrator says and just go for the opposite. Or option 3, we can shut the door.
Let's shut the door.
You got it.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere so badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And that's the do-nothing ending. crap! I reset it again.
Wait, that's it?
That was the do nothing ending.
Oh, well then.
So yeah, that's how this game goes. Okay, now do you want to go for one of the other options?
Yeah, let's just listen to everything that he tells us to do.
Alright, we're gonna do everything that the narrator tells us to do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's a big office space. I kind of like the aesthetic. What about you?
Very bland.
Well, it is an office building.
I mean, come on, they could at least have some demotivational posters.
True.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do you want to go to the door on the left, or do you want to go on the door on the right?
Left.
Left it is. Here's some posters.
There we go. Things are getting interesting.
Welcome to the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Check out some of these options.
There we go. Easy time to ensure that every employee, or to ensure that employees are.
Everyone is unique. You most of all.
Oh man, I hate this. This is terrible.
It's one slide. Numbers, the slides in the slide. Charts, slides, and charts and slides. I feel like charts and slides should be switched with charts. Anyway, let's move ahead. We have 2 more choices. You want to go in the broom closet?
Yeah, we're still listening to him.
All
so
right.
It's that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We can go upstairs or we can go downstairs.
Going downstairs never leads to anything good, usually dungeons, so let's go upstairs.
Upstairs it is. Welcome to the boss area.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
What indeed?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He
Serendipitous.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Welcome to the lift elevator. You know, this game originally started off as a Half-Life mod?
I was actually thinking that. I was like, this game kind of looks like it was made in the Source engine.
It was.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, we're gonna be presented another choice.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Now we can do that, or we can go to the escape.
Let's do the mind control facility.
Mind control facility it is. Leap into the darkness. And boop.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
This kind of reminds me of the
Horrible
fight
secret
in
did this
Incredibles,
place
the first
hold?
one.
Stanley
yeah.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
The Kronos
to find
computer.
out?
Uh-huh.
I remember that movie fondly. Shabupsies.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
There's
Each
ours,
bore
right
the number
there.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Pretty creepy, huh?
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
Remote control
What?
facility.
All the screens.
Horrible
What?
to believe.
It reminds me of
Had Stanley really been
Rick and Morty, where Rick gets put into that prison.
Was this
Oh,
the
yeah.
only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
And here we go, up on the lift.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Final choice, off or on?
Let's do off.
Off it is.
Oh, at first
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
I thought it kicked us out of the game.
Not yet. Look,
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I saw a boundary break thing. There's actually a skull over there for some reason.
Oh wow. I wonder if it's possible to not walk through the door.
Stanley
I
felt
wonder
the
if
cool
that's
breeze
never
upon
mind.
his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Achievement unlocked. Beat the game.
Huh, that's it?
Nope, there's plenty more. There are so many endings, man.
No, I know. I mean, like, in terms of the story, though.
Yeah, that's the main story. That's the main ending of the game, but there's plenty more.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do everything wrong this time.
Okay, you want to do everything, you want to go completely against everything that the narrator says.
Yep.
Fantastic.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Okay, so that was different for some reason. So we have to do everything basically until we get to this room, and then we pick the opposite door.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Or how about the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Welcome to the lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What?
Okay, doesn't this kind of remind you of the office in Counter-Strike Go, the hostage map that you, Joe, and I played?
Yeah,
really worth
kinda.
it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yep, let's leave now.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so we could take that way, and there's 2 options in there, or we could keep going, and there's 2 options in there.
Let's do everything wrong this time.
So this way?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, now we're gonna get on this little lift here.
Wait, what if you turn to the right or to the left?
I think perhaps we've
They're
gotten
blocked
off on
off.
the wrong foot here.
Oh.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you...
I wonder if you can jump down there.
You can.
Someone you forgot.
Let's do it.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, so we're gonna be presented with a couple of options here.
All right.
Once we get through this area, here we go.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red or blue?
Blue door. Blue.
Blue it is.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
There's the blue door.
Turn
back.
around. Yep.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You give me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Door number 1, 2, or 3, sir.
Can we turn around?
Yeah, but we can't go out this door. It has no knob.
Darn. Door number 1.
Door number 1.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay, 1 is bad, 5 is good.
5.
5 it is.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from?
Where indeed?
How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
It's just a million doors.
Nope. We have the Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Someone finished in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And we're 9,328th.
That's right.
How long does it take you to get to the correct door?
That's hilarious.
This isn't even real, by the way. It's just.
I wish it was.
Me too. Error. Friends list empty. Okay, so you want to go back through one of the doors again now? Our superior is a dead rat.
That's the middle door.
Middle door it is.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest
5.
answers, please.
5 it is.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
He didn't even give us an answer. Or an option to
We
answer.
can't exactly talk.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Now, here's the thing. That you can actually play this for 4 hours and it'll give you an achievement. But if we want to keep going with the game, I have to do this.
Alright.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
You're gonna love this.
Oh no.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Achievement unlocked, you
Is it
can't
enough?
jump.
Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever
Can you mine?
Nope,
Well,
I
I'll say
can't use my
this.
hands.
I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then...
I haven't played Minecraft for long, but I'm pretty sure this is a terrible house.
See, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
I am.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
If I ever make a Minecraft series, I'm going to rebuild his house.
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark.
just
Have you
as
brought
a
light?
monument.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the
I hear a
diamonds
spider.
couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I heard a spider and a zombie just before it cut.
Yeah.
You'll like this one too that's about to come up. Sound familiar?
Portal?
Yep.
Yes!
Oh,
I
man.
don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Portal without portals.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
You know, you can actually do the glitch
Wait, which glitch?
where you trap yourself in here forever.
Huh.
Except I'm not going to because there's something much better to see than that.
Okay.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
And now we jump to the hole.
Oh.
And check it out.
Ow.
Here's all the broken stuff.
Yeah.
And now for something even better. We jump down the hole again. You know what this is?
No.
This is the original map that was made from the mod of Half-Life 2 for the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
They recreated it in the actual game. As you can see, there's the two doors. Which means we can go and see Stanley's original office.
Can we go to the broom closet?
No, that's much farther down the way. That's past the meeting room, which is past the double doors.
Oh.
Welcome to Stanley's office.
There we go.
Looks much cooler in this version, if you ask me.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh.
And now we're back. Okay, so that's going to do it for this first episode of the Stanley Parable. If you liked it, leave me a like. If you're new around here, subscribe. And Roma and I will see y'all next time.
Oh yeah, MJFK from Clone High, and I am telling you to subscribe to the Geeky Skunk Gamer and his friends, Geo Joe 2000 and Luigi Fan 891.